to be Nationwide 90 FM.
Now to the details.
The Nationwide Blue Dot Polls, powered by Total Tools. Total Tools, they almost always have it.
A small majority of Jamaicans, nearly 52%, say the Holness administration deserves a third term in office. That's according to the latest nationwide Blue Dot polls powered by Total Tools. The poll was conducted between September 6th and 19th. It has a margin of error of plus or minus 3%. Ricardo Brooks has the details.
The Holness administration and its admirers have been adamant that a third term in government is imminent. In fact, they say it's loading. If Jamaicans had a say today, it appears the JLP's hopes would be affirmed at the ballot box. When the Blue Dot posters asked 1,246 Jamaicans whether they think the Holness administration deserves a third term in office, the answer was yes. Nearly 52% of respondents said yes. 48% said no. That's a 4 percentage point majority, which is just outside the 3% margin of error. Also of note is the fact that those who believe the government deserves a third term have increased by 5 percentage points since February this year. So what's driving this shift towards an unprecedented third term for the JLP? Well, women are playing an active role. Female voters continue to power the Labour Party's fortunes in these polls, with 54% of them saying Prime Minister Andrew Holness should lead Jamaica beyond 2025. On the flip side, 46% of women voters want Holness and his government gone. This is compared to the evenly divided sentiment among men, with 50% saying no to a third term and an equal number of 50% saying yes. If there's any reason for the JLP to pause and take stock of these numbers, it's that 52% of unaffiliated Jamaicans do not believe the party should be returned to power. That's compared to the 48% of unaffiliated voters who say yes. That's a 4 percentage point gap. Labourites continue to break heavily in favor of a third term, with 89% saying their party deserves to remain at the helm. 83% of comrades say no.
The Nationwide Blue Dot Polls, powered by Total Tools. Total Tools, they almost always have it.
Ricardo Brooks for Nationwide News. Meanwhile, the governing JLP has its strongest support for a third term among voters 65 years and older, with 56% indicating the party deserves a third term in office. The finding is notable as the opposition People's National Party, PNP, usually registers strong support among this demographic. The age group 55 to 64 years old is evenly divided 50-50 on the question of a third term for the JLP. It's a similar evenly divided situation among those 45 to 54 years old. 55% of voters 35 to 44 years old want to see the Holness government returned for a third term. 45% said no. Among voters 25 to 34 years old, 51% are in favor of a third term, while 49% say no. Young voters 18 to 24 years old also break in favor of the JLP. 54% of them support a third term, while 46% said no. The